What do we bring to a match as far as gear? On this episode of 6'5 Guys.
This episode of 6'5 Guys is brought to you by Defiance Machine, defying tradition with innovation. Our Bros Rifles, precision on another level. JC Steel Targets, the industry leader in quality AR-500 steel targets.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of 6'5 Guys. I'm Ed Mobley.
And I'm Steve Lawrence.
And today we're going to talk about what we bring to just a range on a regular day, as well as local and some of the larger matches. And
you're going to go first.
I'm going to go first here.
Now, would you say, so because we're going to really kind of focus more on match gear, what we bring onto a match, would you say this is what you typically is your loadout?
Yeah, this is what I'll actually leave the vehicle with and go from stage to stage. And then we'll also cover the ancillary gear we bring, to chronograph and do other stuff, prior to a match.
Yeah.
So I'm running the Mystery Ranch backpack, and what's really nice about it is it's got this Y zipper design.
Tri-zip.
Yeah, tri-zip. Mm-hmm. But there are other bags in the market that have licensed that tri-zip design.
Yeah.
I think you've got one of them, right?
That's right. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
And so let's start. I mean, the obvious here is number of bags, and we just hang them on the outside.
Now, folks would say running a lot of bags, right? Bags are almost like golf clubs. It's you bring the bag with you for the situation at hand.
Yeah, and it's been an evolution for us. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you look at some of our prior videos, but right now this is my current loadout of bags.
Well, so let's kind of quickly go through them for the guys. We have here the ESCs. This is the ESC dynamic gear, right? This is the big bag, and
this is our hybrid bag.
The hybrid bag.
The kind of the one and done bag if you're in a one bag match.
This one is the pump pillow by Weebad.
By Weebad, yeah.
And then this one is
the Bentham bag.
The Bentham bag,
yep.
Also by ESC Dynamic Gear. Okay. I notice you have a fondness for Coyote Brown.
I do. It's just consistency.
Okay.
Hides dirt pretty well.
Yep.
And then so on the outside of the bag, I mean, a lot of your bags will have some type of MOLLE webbing. So I keep an extra magazine right here. I'm using a tactical Taylor pouch for this. Mm-hmm. But I would have gotten it in Coyote Brown had I standardized.
But you had this for a while.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've had this for a while. And then I just use an M16 magazine pouch. And usually I'll put my Kestrel in there because I'm accessing it all the time, and then I'll also put my iPhone in there. But eventually I'm going to move to the applied ballistics Kestrel, so I'm not going to have to be carting around my iPhone. Mm-hmm. And then of course there's the tripod, which we share.
Yeah. So if we're squatted together, we'll often share a tripod. Now. Because you didn't bring yours, right? You're demonstrating with mine, but a lot of times we'll just have a strap on it, right? We'll just sling the tripod over the shoulder rather than using the straps.
Correct. Number of ways to do it. And then what I put in the top pouch here are the items that are frequently accessed. So I've got an eye patch here for, sometimes there's stages that are shot entirely weak side. Mm-hmm. So I'll put this over my dominant eye. Actually, George Gardner does this, they call him the pirate.
Okay.
And then I'll carry cards for the Sidewinder.
Yep.
And
it takes standard business size cards.
It takes standard cards, but they've come up with some paper, some new storm proof paper we'll talk about in another video that we will be moving to. Of course, a pocket knife, I use it most frequently for...
make and model?
The make and model.
Benchmade?
If you say so. you're the knife guy. I know when I bought it, you recommended it, and so far it's been
it is a bench made. Yeah, it is a very nice knife.
It's a nice knife, and then of course chapstick both winter and summer. You'll use that. Spare batteries.
Yeah,
pencils.
Always gotta have spare batteries. That's
exactly, and then a CR135 right here, and that concludes it for
this pouch in the top. Let's get a kind of a zoom in on that. What do you normally use this for? Because it looks like you have kind of some other pockets and stuff.
Yeah, so I'll put the batteries and chapstick in the smaller
items.
Yeah, in smaller items. But I just put the stuff here that I am going to be accessing every single stage.
Gotcha.
So it's the pencils and the cards and so forth.
Notice here in your pack you've got a hydration pouch. Is that what that is?
Yeah, you can use it as a hydration pouch, but honestly, I just at most matches now they've got water, and so I'll just slide it into the side pocket.
Yeah.
But I put my hearing protection in the side pocket so that it's easily accessible.
These are the MSA sword pros with the gel cups.
Oh, and I tell you, the gel cups are nice.
Yep.
Huge battery life. And then, of course, we have the aerodynamics. I run double ear protection. We actually did a video
on that.
Did a video on that. And then gloves. I find just a pair of mechanics gloves, and on both hands I'll just cut off the end of the
index finger.
Yeah, trigger fingers. And then, of course, we have the tripod. So right when I get to a stage, if a tripod's going to be part of that stage, it just comes off easily. Of course, it's not going to cooperate in this video right here. And as soon as I put it down on the ground, again, what's nice about this Y zipper design is it just opens right up.
Yep.
And these are
our secret weapon.
Yeah, exactly. I think you.
This is our
tactical table.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it just goes into the hog saddle like that, and it's great for rear support.
Yeah, the hog saddle will clamp down on this, and it actually provides a flat surface for rear support or whatever you want to use it
And
for.
you can actually sit on it. It actually makes a nice little portable chair. And then, of course, the all-important eye protection.
And these are the Deco
high wides with the adjustable nose piece. We'll be doing a video on those, and you can get them in prescription as well. These are just Plano. Then I'll carry my sling.
And then again, for the guys that want to know, what is the make and model of this?
Well, this particular sling is the Hog, the one made by Hog Saddle. It slips right, it connects here to your belt, and it's really
SS
good.
loophole.
Yeah, exactly, SS loophole. We did a video on that. But sometimes I'll carry a traditional sling if we anticipate there's going to be a stage where you might actually want to sling up.
Okay.
I carry this drop pouch where I put the empty cases. This particular one is made by Tactical Tailor, but there are a lot of different
I've seen
makes out
often
there.
you go ahead and just put that in the back of your belt, right?
For a while I did, but I just found it more convenient just to leave it in here and just drop the cases in there.
Gotcha.
And then I found a boonie cap is really good, because sometimes, I have been running a traditional ball cap, but I put the bill toward the back so it doesn't interfere with the scope, and then I find I get sunburned on my forehead. So I prefer, I'm really moving to this. And now that fall, winter is approaching, I've got these Milspec Gore-Tex pants that slip right over.
These are nice, aren't they?
Yeah, for $69, this is actually made by Gore-Tex, so it's really, really nice. And I've just got a pair of suspenders.
Yep.
But in the summer, I save the space and weight and don't bother with them.
Yep.
And then I've got a magazine pouch here. This particular one is made by
Big Dog.
Big Dog, yeah. And then we have another one that we run by Alex and Ryan Design. And so I'll carry 2 of them right here. So I've got 2 mags. So, I'll have one that I'll initially load the rifle with. And then if we have to do a mag change, or, if it's like a 12-round stage, I'll use that. Then, of course, I carry the extra long Harris.
Yep.
And we've moved to the Picatinny rail. The
quick detach.
Yep. And we did a video on this, so you can see exactly what we use on this. And then, of course, Kmw Pod Lock. This particular pod lock was not made by KMW. There are others out there.
Some call them a kip liver, but I know for you guys that only have one bipod, if you're serious about competing in field matches or PRS-style matches, having an extra long bipod like that, we definitely recommend going there. It's well worth the investment.
A set of Allen wrenches. Elkin makes a very nice set. These are the metric ones, but I also carry the standard ones as well. But I've been taking my AT out, so it of course has metric fasteners on it. Then for cleaning, I actually learned this trick from the Riddells of our Bros Rifles. And so in one bag here, what you do is you take some patches and just squirt brake free in here. So you've always got a patch, saturated patch. And then I carry a piece of paper towel. And when you're shooting in dusty conditions, it really helps to just pull the bolt out real quick, wipe it down, and just hit it with the saturated patch. And then that way you don't have to carry a bottle that could potentially leak inside your backpack.
What a mess.
Oh yeah. Not that it's ever happened to me. And then, as far as spare parts are concerned, is I have an extra full firing pin train, and then I have the Klein Endorse tool so that I can change it really quick. I mean, honestly, this is the only part that breaks unpredictably.
Yeah, it's a lifesaver
on any Remington 700.
We've seen this firsthand.
And now, fortunately, it was during practice. But if it does happen in a match, it's not a problem. Can literally change it out in seconds. And then, of course, since I'm running a Vortex scope, I've got the little tool right here to set the zero. And then, of course, I just round it out with ammo. We actually have a video on how we carry the ammunition. So I usually carry 100 to 150 rounds in the pack. And then, of course, bottle of water goes in the side here.
Right.
And then
as far as bottle of water, you run typically what?
Perrier.
I mean, how much and what bottle? You run an Nalgene bottle, what, 32 ounces?
So if water is not going to be readily available during the match, I'll put an Nalgene bottle, 1 quart bottle, inside here, and then I'll just hang it off here with a carabiner. But most matches now provide water, and so I'll just pick it up stage by stage and then just
top it off or something.
Then I'll just pop it. I'll just pop it right in there, and then finally just a nice little cleaning brush. This is actually World War II vintage M1 Garand cleaning brush. It's real horsehair.
No.
And it's just nice, for cleaning the bolt face and little stuff like that.
Okay.
And that rounds it off, and snacks. I mean, little things, bag of peanuts or whatever.
Yeah. Now, one thing I noticed I'm not seeing. Again, we share gear oftentimes if we're squatted up. Is your laser rangefinder binoculars?
Yeah, actually, thank you for reminding me, because I keep them right here in the second quick access pouch. So, yep, right here. These are the Bushnell 1 mile
This
fusions.
Is 10 by 42, I believe.
Yeah, I got the 10 power, which is just perfect, and that's what I carry that extra CR 135 battery for. So thanks for reminding me on that. And that's it. I mean, that's the loadout. And
now you've got this backpack at the beginning of the year. You've been running it for a while now. Any comments, thoughts on?
I'm
worth the money. They're kind of pricey. You paid what, about $300 or so?
Yeah, it was a little over $300, but I mean, I tell you, I am been very, very happy with it. I love the Y zipper design. I have absolutely no complaints about it, and I could, you get what you pay for. It's made in the U.S., very compliant. What more could you want?
Now, you have other gear that you typically bring with you. You don't carry it in the match, but you bring it with you. Let's take a look at that bag.
Absolutely. So this is a duffel bag that's also made by Mystery Ranch. And again, it's just been terrific.
What did this run?
This was actually $99, but this is actually made by their factory in the Philippines.
Okay.
But I tell you, it's just, I mean, the quality is really top flight.
Yeah, and I noticed since you've gone to this, you used to carry several smaller bags.
Yeah.
Now you just have one big bag.
I mean, I throw everything in here. I mean, I've got a torque wrench in here. I have just an assortment of other bags.
Got your magneto speed.
I've got both the V1 and then I've got I believe the V2 for putting around a suppressor. And I've got extra slings here, and then I have a piece of mail, which is important.
Other slings.
I mean, you got the ball head, and then so I look good. I have my brush and comb.
More bags.
More bags, and yet another bag.
Your Sunrise Tactical armboard.
Yeah, we absolutely. We still use that. And then, of course, for the torque wrench, it's just for torquing the stock.
Yeah.
And then, of course, a permanent marker. Usually, I'll mark the cartridges while I'm reloading them. But if I forget, I've got it right here.
That way, your brass is yours when you're trying to retrieve it on the ground.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what's nice about this is because it's so roomy, I can just throw everything in here. So, even when I came to your house here to shoot the video, I just have to dump 2 bags in the truck and it's done. I've got everything. Yeah. And so that's just incredibly convenient.
I like this setup because oftentimes I will unpack stuff and put it away, and then when I get ready to go, I'll load everything back up.
No, I just leave these 2 bags packed all the time.
Yeah.
And of course, if there is a drawback to having a big bag like this, you just everything just accumulates in there.
We'll be back in just a moment to take a look at my loadout. Welcome back.
Steve, what do you have here?
All right, so we'll start off first with the rifle case and what I actually bring in the case besides the rifle. So unless I'm actually flying, I will actually typically use a soft-sided case. I just find them to be a little bit more convenient to haul in and out of the truck.
And the brand of this case?
This is the Voodoo Tactical. I believe this is the 42-incher. They make them, or maybe might be just almost under 40, or it might be 48. I don't know. And
you've had this now for a while.
I've had it for several years. It's not super expensive, but it is very functional. Right now, it's holding my 308 with the 20-inch barrel. So the reason why I wanted to show you this, it does have a very large pocket.
Oh, that is nice.
And what I'll typically carry in here is my data book, which now, just because I use a Kestrel and a ballistic calculator, what I normally carry in here is a lot of my chrono and load data. All of that historical information is in here. Plus, I have a lot of stickers for targets and whatnot if I wanted to zero. Also have a magneto speed in here.
Sporter, we did a video on that.
Yeah, the sporter.
Yeah.
I have cleaning supplies, starting off with a large soft paintbrush just for general dusting off the rifle. Something to clean the action with. And then I have other miscellaneous cleaning supplies, including lube, toothbrushes, an action brush, action cleaner, additional safety flags, some dry lube that I actually lube the bolt with. That works out pretty well.
And again, these are all things that you don't packed during the actual match, but
Correct. They pretty much will stay in the truck,
Yeah.
or if I'm going to go up the firing line to 0, I'll go ahead and just bring the case with me.
And one thing about this cleaner that I borrow it all the time, it cleans the bolt lug recesses.
Yeah, it does. It actually
and
has these.
I tell you, it is awesome.
Yeah, you basically buy these little cotton things, and there's some locking or a little jaw here, and allows you to push this through the bolt recess and get actually behind the lug recesses.
Yeah, check out Mid-South for that.
Okay, so that's pretty much it for the case and kind of some of the miscellaneous stuff that sits in the truck.
You want to show your rifle here, or?
Yeah, if you guys are interested. As many of you may know, we are going to be running 308s next year. My current setup right now is I do have this rifle. What you're seeing here is a Remington 700 off the shelf that's been trued up. It has a Broughton 20-inch barrel 1-in-10 twist, and then I have a KRG bolt lift on there, and then it's all sitting in an AI chassis, and then on the front I've got an Atlas 8.1 bipod.
And what's notable about this is, I mean, you had a a cheap Remington 700, special that you bought, and you took it to Arbro's, and it's just a tack driver. I mean, that target he showed us was just one fuzzy little hole. And I just mention it because for folks getting into the sport, chances are you've got a Remington 700 sitting around, and if you've already got a good receiver, I mean, send it to somebody like Arbro's and just get a terrific match
and that's
rifle.
part of what we're going to try and show you guys is you don't need a totally custom rifle. You can get off-the-shelf components and actually build a very accurate rifle. In fact, I'm going to probably change this up a little bit. I just got hold of a Orias chassis from Killer Renovations, so you'll see this same setup in that chassis.
But our season match rifles, of course, are going to be built by Arbro's on Defiance actions, or they're going to be duplicates, so we can share dope. Yep. And so this will probably be your
practice rifle.
Your utility practice rifle.
Right.
For 308.
Okay, we'll go ahead and move on to the rest of the loadout that I carry. So again, very similar to Ed, you'll see I do carry a lot of bags. So why don't we just kind of talk about the bags first. This is the Bentham bag, Weebad pump pillow. This is the big bag. So these two are actually by ESC Dynamic Gear. So those pretty much are the bags that I run. I don't carry anything else. In fact, if I was to take one bag, this is my do-it-all bag right here for now. Also on the outside, I have a 1-quart Nalgene bottle. Well, actually, it's Gatorade in this instance, but I also have a Nalgene bottle that I'll typically put in here. Again, all this stuff is mollied onto the pack. And then I actually have several mag pouches. So the two down here you see are the Tactical Tailor mag pouches. I've got one by Tab Gear and then another by Sunrise Tactical.
And I mean these are ones that you've accumulated over time and you use them. I mean, we're not suggesting everybody needs 4 of them, but what's nice is when you've got that extra little bit of time and you can just load just load your mags up ahead of time. That's and right. Just have them there at the ready.
That's exactly the thought is.
Right.
I don't have to think about it if I need. In fact, I've actually been on stages where I ran out of ammo and I actually needed to go grab one. I had to run back to the pack. I had one that's already loaded up.
That's really nice. That's really nice, and it saves room on the inside too.
It does.
It does. Yeah.
All right. So this is all again back to the pack. What I'm running is a Camelback tri-zip. It's very similar to what Ed has at the Mystery Ranch. Very similar design, and it's priced similarly. It's about $300.
And my understanding is they actually licensed this zipper from Mystery Ranch because it's patent pending, or actually patented. Yeah, okay. that's my understanding.
So we'll go to the main compartment first. This will typically sit in the truck. What I have here, and then you'll see I'm a big fan of compartmentalization, just because if you do carry a lot of stuff, it's hard to find things if you don't kind of keep it separated out. This is my rain gear, and because it rains northwest, it was actually raining quite a bit this week. I run basically, standard GI issue rain gear. This is in the multicam.
Right, and what you're saying is the bag sits in the truck, right? But you're going to keep those pants with you if it's you'll put them here,
yeah,
right?
yeah. If it's
Okay,
raining,
yeah,
if it's
yeah.
raining or whatnot, I'll go ahead and load the rain gear up into the backpack. Of course, the cap. This is actually my favorite ball cap, so you'll probably see me in this most of the time. Same laser rangefinder binoculars. In fact, I probably use these more as binoculars than laser rangefinders. Oftentimes, the distances are good, and I'll probably check them from time to time if there's a question about a distance. But most of the time, I use these to glass the target, actually find the target and try and see what it looks like through the scope.
Yep.
Again, gloves. I will tend to wear these most of the time while shooting. Again, take the index fingers and chop those off. These are mechanics. Tall bipods, same setup as
and I tell you, in like a seated position or squatted position, these are just
rock solid.
Yeah, just rock solid, super stable. I mean, worth the extra little bit of weight.
Again, compartmentalization. This is my bag that I used for all of my magazines. So I think I got 6 of the AW mags and then 1 tall AI mag single stack. 2 belt mag
Big
carriers.
Dog Steel and Alex and Ryan Design.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got a big pouch for that. Okay. Next up is Sunrise Tactical Arm Board. So if you do not have a the
like a sidewinder,
like a sidewinder
right.
or something like that. You'll need something like this. And then I actually have the pig saddle. So this actually sits on the tripod that Ed was showing you earlier. And then the sling that I've normally been running lately has been the SAP, the Short Action Precision sling, which is fantastic for positional shooting. And I actually found it does work very well, similar to the loophole design.
It does. Yeah. And this must be a slightly newer design, so it looks like you've got this set up where you can use a carabiner on your belt.
No, it actually comes that way. Yeah, and actually that's what I do.
Well, yeah, mine doesn't have it, so that's why I'm saying you
really?
must have a newer design, yeah.
Huh.
Wow, I feel deprived.
Okay. Yeah, well, I picked up off the prize table at one of the matches one of the SAP or the SAP kit that has this, and it has some other stuff in it.
Okay,
so,
terrific. Yeah, that's really nice.
All right, so also in here, of course, you do need tools, and then what I've been running is
that you've got that Borka. We did a video on that.
Tools.
Yeah.
So we do have a video on this. It's in the Gear Update videos, and then and also to kind of complement this, I run a small set of Allen keys. Yeah,
and what's nice about the Borka tool set is you don't have to carry that big old torque wrench that I've got in my duffel bag. You actually can torque stuff properly in the field.
Yeah, and it's got a whole complement of different tips and whatnot.
Yep.
Here I've got a small waterproof mag pouch. Not a mag pouch, just a waterproof pouch that carries a lot of different stuff in here. So I have all sorts of pens and pencils, bore snakes. I carry 2 of them, a 6mm and a 6.5. These are alcohol lens towelettes for cleaning my shooting glasses. In case they get greasy, or if it rains, you get water drops all over them, so it kind of keeps them cleaned up. I've got a spare set of bipod feet for the Atlas. And then, of course, similar to you, I've got lip balm, but in this case, this is has an SPF of 45.
Okay.
So oftentimes your lips will get sunburnt. So that kind of keeps things from getting too dried out. Okay, so that's the main compartment. Then on the side, I actually have 2 pouches on the side. Here I have, again, cards for the Sidewinder. These are actually my business cards. And then for my arm board, I actually have some dope for some different rifles. These are dope cards for different density altitude settings, and I carry a few spare blank ones as well. On this side pouch, I do have my carry-along cleaning kit. I keep it normally in a plastic bag because this can kind of get grimy. So I have a couple of towels, a clean one just for dusting, and these are the Microfiber Cloths.
They are really nice.
Yeah, they actually work really
nice.
well.
Yep.
And you can get a whole pack of a dozen of these from Home Depot, relatively inexpensive. So once they get grimy, I'll wash them, but probably after a dozen washings, I'll just go ahead and just toss them. But I'll wipe down the bolt or whatnot with the dirty one and then re-lube it. And then this is just for general dusting. So this is my cleaning pouch over here on the side. And then similar to the Mystery Ranch, you do have a couple of pouches up here at the top. The one up the top, I do carry the Kestrel. This is the Kestrel Elite. So this is the new model, the 5700 that has the custom drag curves and all of that. So I picked that up earlier this year.
Yeah, I'm going to be moving to that.
Some Ear Pro. Actually, I normally carry a couple of different versions of earplugs or the MSA Swordens. I've actually been moving more towards the insert plugs because in the hot weather I noticed with the gel cups your ears just get all slimy. And it just gets really hot. Just have another piece of gear on your head, and I found over time these are very comfortable. So been migrating to that. And then similar to yours, I do have a pretty big pouch here for a hydration bladder. So I can usually either stick something fairly long in there, like shooting sticks or something like that.
Extra bipod or something.
Or in this case, the Bushnell binocular pouch. So I think that's pretty much it. As far as this backpack, I got it probably about the same time you got yours. The reason why I went this way, I was actually looking at the Mystery Ranch, and I been browsing around on Craigslist for a number of months trying to find something similar that was used.
And you got lucky.
I got lucky.
Yeah.
At times you do get lucky. It's a $300 backpack. I ended up buying it, and it'd never been used. It still had the tags on it. The guy decided to go a different direction. He sold it for $150. So I was like, done.
Can't beat that.
Yeah, and he was only like 20 minutes from my house. So yeah, I really lucked out.
And so now we've covered all the gear you actually take to the firing line, as well as what you bring to the range.
Yeah, except for the ammo.
Of
course, the ammo generally I'll bring, and this is the Armageddon gear ammo box. We actually did a gear update on this.
That's really nice.
Yeah, so generally on a day, let's say it's a typical PRS match, I'll generally load out a few of the 10-round mags, and then I'll put 2 boxes in the pack.
And then you're covered.
And I'm covered for the day.
You got 120 rounds easy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, folks, hopefully you found that useful, and you can even look back to the gear loadout video we did about 1.5 years ago, and you can kind of see how we evolved, and we will continue to evolve.
Yeah, guys, if you like this video, be sure to share it with your friends. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button, and look for us on YouTube and Twitter.
And don't forget, we'll have a written article to accompany this video on the website at 65guys.com. Remember, folks, life's an adventure.
Stay on target.